Right, I'm going to show you a really cool thing you can do with QGIS. This is a free software, don't cost anything. Unlike a lot of other metal detecting sites that do like to charge people. So this is Danbury Hill. Now what I've done is I've geo-referenced an image of a map that's going to go on top of this. I downloaded that and then I sort of blended two old maps together in Photoshop, so I've stuck them together so it made one big map. And I've already geo-referenced this, and I'm going to drag it across and plonk it on the canvas like that. Now if I scroll out and go over here, you can see where the roads match up. Here, look, it's all slightly off there because my geo-referencing points were near to the actual hill fort. So it's not perfect, but it's not far off. See, there's a road there that it matches up. And another thing you've got to consider, that when they made this map hundreds of years ago, they didn't have any satellites to perfectly get it all aligned. So it's not too bad that that hedge matches and that road matches. So it's not far off. Right, so what we can do with this, is now I've done that, is I can click on the actual, this is it here, let's see the checkbox. Click properties. And in this thing here where it says color rendering, I'm going to click it on multiply and apply. Now what that's done is it's made it transparent, but it's still got all of the features that are still there. So look, we can zoom right in on the hill fort, and we've got all these tracks going around, all lining up. You can see where the footpaths were. You can see where the race course, there was a race course there, and it's all perfectly aligned. Can we see the race course at all anywhere? Not really. But you can see all this dark soil, which implies habitation. So we can scroll out and we can look for, these are just, I think these are just height, yeah, 300 meters. But we've got some footpaths. So we've got this footpath going across this field here, look. The trackway going across there. So if we uncheck the box, you cannot see anything. Now you can there, look. So here it is going across there, look. See that dark line? It's a crop mark. Engage that and it's right on it. Now another thing you can do with this is once you've overlaid an old map like this, let's see if there's anything standing out which is visible. We've got a footpath. So we've got a footpath going across there, and in fact you can actually see a bit of a scar. Yeah, that might be an old trackway, look, that could be prehistoric. That could have something to do with the hill fort. In fact, where does it go? It goes down here. Yeah, and it does sort of go near the hill fort. You've got it going across that field, look. So that might have been an old hedge boundary there, it's no longer visible. So what you can do is this thing over here in the top right hand corner says OSGR tool. Click on that, 10-figure grid reference. So wherever I move the mouse, you can see the grid reference flying all over the place. But what I can do is put on click. So I can now click it on that footpath. Clicked. And now it's gone stationary. It's given me the exact coordinates of that footpath. So I could put one click there, and I could put another click there. I could go into the field with a peg or a piece of stick with a Put a bit of high vis ribbon attached to it, put it at each end, and then just detect that line. Now this is just, I'm just showing you because a video was made recently. Oh, it's got me cross, I've got to get the hand. A video was made recently about Danbury Hill, and that they did talk about QGIS, but they said it's very complicated. Well, it doesn't have to be very complicated. And if you would like, I could make a video where I can show you how I do this georeferencing of old maps onto. Look, here we've got tracks going across this field. Knock wood, knock knock. I wonder if that's visible actually on the field. Zoom in a bit. It's like a runway or something. Oh yeah, you can see something going across there, look. Yeah, there's a line going down through there. Keeps on going there, look. Goes right across the runway. You might get run over by a plane or chopped up if you decided to metal detect on the runway. But you've got a footpath going through there. Oh, look, you can see the scar, look. You can actually see where the footpath was. Brilliant. Yeah, what I'll do is I can show you exactly how I do this georeferencing. So I've just georeferenced another map on top of the Danbury Hill Fort. So if this, for example, was a Bronze Age hill fort, you'd want to be able to find Bronze Age finds nearby, wouldn't you? And I'll show you where you can find them. Because over here, this is low level ground and this floods. So I've overlaid, ignore these dots, this is where I georeference the map that I've got. So this is all low ground, floods. So here, the town's been built on an area where it floods, but they haven't. So I put it on, look, zoom in, this area doesn't flood as much. So there's probably a bridge here, and this area is high ground. So what you want to look for with this is these little areas of high ground, because that's probably where the Bronze Age people might have deposited artifacts near to the edge. And plus, this little bit of high ground in here is going to be very good for finding other things. You know, all these little areas that go into the river but don't quite flood. So maybe here, this big area here. If I right click coordinates, I've got the latitude and longitude. I could plonk you straight down on top of the field. It's just a matter of getting the permission. So yeah, this is a very useful program. It's just where it ended there. Look. There's another little spot here. It's probably going to have loads of stuff in there. Let's just uncheck the box. Look, there's ridge and furrow and all sorts in there. There's the river itself. But that spot there, I reckon that would be epic for finds. So like I said, if you want me to show you how I georeference these maps onto in QGIS, I'll show you. So you can use all sorts of images for QGIS. This is a geophysical survey that I found online, and I have just, with georeferencing, I have put it directly over the site where it's located. You know, we've got a Roman road coming up through here and going in there, look. There would be all sorts of finds on either side of that Roman road, but I suspect that this is going to be a scheduled monument. So it would be highly illegal for anyone to detect here. Plus, all these people in these houses will probably be looking out for detectorists getting on there without permission. So it would be probably highly illegal, and you know, and it's a pretty big fine. But I'm just showing you here what's capable. So you can get the grid references for all of these locations. The Principia, the Vickers. These are fields, like, you know, where the people in the town would have had their animals kept. You know, they would have kept them close. So it'd be all sorts of. This would be a big town, probably thousands of people living there. But I'm just showing you what QGIS is capable of doing.